maybe we notice a lot of the differences between us. You know, New Agers, religious folks that are here, just plain old spiritual people, and even scientists and evolutionists that may have found themselves here in this conversation. Yeah, maybe there's a lot of differences between us. Some of us trust in the universe. Some of us have our faith in God. Some of us here worship Buddha or Jesus. Some of us have conflicting doctrines, maybe even some conflicting morals. And I know that I'm bringing us all here today together in a space where it could be explosive if we let the differences between us block us from being able to receive what this special moment of all of us coming together here in this conversation is really about. I know that there's differences between us, but there's something that's the same within each of us. And I'm calling for us, all of us together, to remember that, to see that. What it is that's the same between all of us is that there's something in us that hungers for the truth. There's something in us that senses the illusions in this world. Yeah, I'm even talking to the scientists out there that are seeing this. You know it too. That's why you're so interested in testing everything and pulling things apart and doing experiments. We all sense this, every single one of us. Something in us is asking us to rise and to find the truth. So maybe we have a lot of differences, but I say that we all have something beautiful in common. We want to come into the source of things. And whether you call that the universe, soul, spirit, God, Jesus, Buddha, science, how about we take each other's hands in this moment? You can go back to fighting and hating each other and arguing over who's wrong and right after this video. But how about for this moment we come together and we join hands and we acknowledge that we're not as different from one another as, well, let's just put it plainly, the illusions of the world might have you believe. Because while we're all so busy fighting each other and trying to decide who's right and who's wrong and what I know and what you don't know, we're missing something very key. And I'm just going to say it out loud. And my question to you, everyone here, no matter what your faith, no matter what your beliefs, no matter what it is, what do you think it is that's going to set us free? And what you believe is the trap, what you believe is the illusions in the world, that's what we might all disagree on. Some say the illusions is because of the devil. Some say it's demons. Some say it's just in our own minds. Some say we're in a simulation. Some say this, some say that. We can argue about that. But what I'm asking you, fundamentally, what do you think is going to set us free? Is it your beliefs that are going to set you free? Is it your ideas that are going to set you free? Is it your faith that is going to set you free? Or is it the truth that's going to free you? If we're so busy as a species, as a human species, if we're so busy with our own doctrines and dogmas and beliefs and ideas, no matter what they are, no matter what group you associate with, no matter what you think about yourself or what's going on here, remember, we're putting that aside so that we can come together and do something real here. Because what is real cannot be done while we're all so busy fighting one another. Do you realize this? It's our fighting one another that has us destroying the planet and ourselves and each other. We're so busy trying to prove something that we know best that it seems that for generation after generation after generation, we are incapable, seemingly, of actually coming together and being real. But if we're going to be real, we need to acknowledge this. It is not the faith. It is not the beliefs. It's not your ideas. It's not the things that you think you know that are going to save us. It's the truth. That's what sets us free. And look at what we all have in common. Every single one of us feels a call within us to be part of that truth, to see it, to taste of it. We want to know it. And I appreciate that about us as a species. The truth is we're not satisfied by surface level things. The pleasures of food, sex, and drugs can only get you so far. Something in us is asking us to rise and come to that truth. But the very thing that keeps us fighting one another, our own beliefs and doctrines and faiths, and you're stupid and I'm smart and I'm looking at real facts and you're all delusional, okay? We're all doing this. The Christians think they're right and they think we're all idiots. The evolutionists and scientists think they're right and that we're all idiots. The Buddhists think that they're right and that we're all idiots. The New Agers think that they're all right and we're all idiots. Everyday people who just show up and are just part of the normal, going with the flow of the system, not even really, feeling anything spiritual about it, that's okay too. No judgment to these people, but they think they're right and they think we're all idiots. Can we come together and get to the source? Can we stop fighting one another? Can we stop complaining? Can we stop pushing our own ideologies at one another and recognize that what if it's our very beliefs and ideas and dogmas and faiths and our scientific methods and our societal scheduling of who we think we are and what we have to do each day to show up and live in this world? What if it's all this stuff that is the noise that actually keeps us from that very truth that we are seeking, that very truth that every single one of us hunger for? What if it's not just that these differences between us keep us fighting one another, but what if these differences that we're so busy associating with in our minds are actually keeping us from this truth from rising within us? The very truth that we're seeking, as we seek it, as we try to grab it, it slips through our fingers. And the moment we think we know it, the moment we think we've got it all figured out, we're not in real life anymore. We're not with that truth that we hunger for. We're just living in our own ideas, our own beliefs, our own ideas, our own faiths. My name is Nathan, and I am the enlightened master, and I've got it all figured out, and everybody worship me and follow me. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's nonsense and it's rubbish. There's a presence within every single one of us, and it exists in all things. And we all know it. And we all know that it's within us. We call it different things. Oh, the Holy Spirit is in you. Oh, the universe, where the universe expressing itself. Oh, it's science, it's quantum particles. We're all the same particle, the God particle. It just moves around and creates everything. That's interesting, wow. Now we're looking at black holes, now we're looking at this. Okay, so we're all realizing it, and yet we're all still so busy with our heads shoved into our own doctrines and beliefs and ideas and faiths that we're unable to come together and bear witness to the actual truth. That there is something within every single one of us, and it's trying to rise, and it's trying to express itself. And we need to let go of our attachments to all of these belief systems and ideas and faiths. All of them. I don't care what they are. I'm not going to say this one's right and this one's wrong. What I will tell you is that the second we conform to any ideology, the second we start, reading something and saying this is the ultimate truth, we're not in real life anymore. We're now in our mind. You guys understand this. I know you do. We have to come together. We've got to. Now more than ever. The truth is trying to rise, and it rises in us, and it rises through us, and it rises all around us. But we're so busy pushing and shoving it down because we're all fighting amongst each other with our thumbs shoved up our butts. So I'm making this video as a message to New Agers, to religions, to scientists, evolutionists, normal everyday people. I'm making this video for the trees, for the rocks, for the animals listening, for the stream that is witnessing me in this moment. We're all in this together, people. I'm not saying let's all come together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. I'm not saying let's not do that, but I just want to be clear, that's not what I'm calling for. We can do that, but if we're ever going to actually be holding hands singing Kumbaya, then we've got to do some collective shadow work, is what it's called. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. Don't even worry about it. Don't get yourself caught in the dogma or doctrine of that either. There's things going on in our collective psyche. We're afraid to be who we really are. We're so afraid. We're trying to fight the world and everyone and everything around us that we're missing it, that what we're looking for is right here. And yeah, you know what? A lot of you religions, you're right. There is a very weird force going on in this reality. And people seem to be worshiping fame, money, and power and missing that spiritual truth. You're right. And you know what? Scientists, you're right. By actually looking at the world and inquiring and being willing to test things with the scientific method and try to prove if we're wrong or right and being willing to see that, you're right, that's highly intelligent. We ought to be doing that too. And you know what? Everyday people that are showing up to your lives, you're right. We're living in a very tough world right now. It's hard. We shouldn't, I agree with you, we shouldn't have to show up each day and work just to retire at the point where we're old and sick and can't even enjoy our lives anyways at that point, right? You see what I'm saying? So we all are in this together. You understand what I'm saying? But we have to face the fact that there are things going on in the collective world around us. And I'm not going to say it's Satan. I'm not going to say it's demons. I'm not going to say it's all in your mind and you're hallucinating it. Okay? I'm not going to say you have to shave your head and go sit here and fast and meditate for, an entire month to become free of it. I'm not going to tell you any of these things because it's all just more ideas and beliefs and techniques. And I'm telling you that. I know that we are in a time now where we don't need any of that stuff anymore. We don't need that anymore. We don't need more doctrines. We don't need more religions. We don't need more churches. We don't need more, scientists walking around saying everybody else is idiots. We don't need people trying to get us off this planet to another while our species is still so much like a virus that we're destroying this one. I don't think we should get off this planet. I think God, the universe, nature, spirit, source, soul, whatever you want to call it, I think it would be right to wipe us out and make us go extinct before it would ever let us get to the point where we're going off and now destroying other planets. We're not ready in our consciousness to really step into a higher octave of creation and being with one another. We're not ready as long as we're still fighting each other. And I'm making this video and I'm reaching out to everybody out there and I'm calling to you. Can we acknowledge the truth that we share with one another? That every single one of us feels something in us that's trying to rise, and we're all interested in the truth together, and we're all done with the illusions and the falseness of the world. And can we agree, can we actually agree and see that our attachments to our own ideas and belief systems and doctrines are keeping us from actually being a part of the real change that every single one of us is actually interested in? We need to set it down, people. We need to rise together. Now's the time. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. This is the mentality of the generations that came before us. Next generation will work it out. Next generation will work it out. But look at us destroying ourselves and each other and the very planet that gives us sustenance. And for those out there who are saying because of their doctrines, it's not the planet that gives us sustenance, Nathan, it's God. Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you or agreeing with you. I'm speaking from a very neutral and present place in this video for everybody's sake of coming together. So yes, perhaps you're right. God gave us this planet. But are you going to really not recognize that we would be fools to destroy the gift that God has given us? People, we must come together. And we need to stop fighting one another. And we need to stop warring against each other. And we need to stop just... Can we just be here? And really live our lives and be real with one another? Are we willing to do that? Can we do that? What do you guys think? Is anybody out there willing? Could you let me know? You know, I'm not trying to be all like sad or morbid or clingy, but could you let me know? Because maybe you're like me and sometimes it feels like we're alone in this world. Like, is anybody willing to actually just be real, or are we all just going to keep fighting? For what? So could you let me know, are you willing to be real? Are you willing to stop living in attack and defense mode so that we can be conscious and actually be part of that change? And if you want to say it's not us that's changing, it's not us that's making the change, Nathan, it's God, it's source, it's spirit, you know, that's okay. I'm not disagreeing with you. But don't you understand also that spirit works through us in our lives? That God works through us? The nature, we're part of it. We're in this beautiful ecosystem that God, you might say, has given us. And it's beautifully, it's very intelligently designed. Look at it. Everything is recycling itself. It's like a sprinkler system's been built in and it's on this perfect timer and everything's going on so awesomely. But humans are so busy fighting one another over who's right and who's wrong and who's best and who's worse. We're all so busy doing that with our thumbs up our butts that we've actually stepped out of that ecosystem flow, of that brilliant intelligence that you might say God has given us. We've stepped out of the flow with that. We are not in harmony anymore. We are basically the walking dead at this point. But I don't think that's what we have to be. I think that's just what we are because we're so busy fighting amongst each other. So let's make a pledge with one another. I know you may have already let me know and taken a moment in the comments to say, yeah, you know, I'm willing to stop fighting and be present. You know, I'm willing to set down this fight and just let the true source and spirit, or whatever you want to call it, work through me. Let's work together, you know? Let's work together. If you've already done that, that's great, but let's make a pledge now together. Let's make a pledge. I pledge that I'm going to show up in each moment and I'm going to be real. And I'm going to stop feeling the need to fight and attack everyone and everything around me. And I'm going to stop feeling the need to defend myself either, because, you know, there's something in me that's so powerful that I'm starting to recognize I don't have to hold up a sword and shield, because nothing can actually really affect that infinite boundlessness within me, that presence of God, that spirit, that connection to nature, whatever you people want to call it, it's okay. That if we really had that awesome, powerful God spirit that we all claim that we have, and we know God, right? This is what people are so righteously claiming. If we really had that, then would we really still be walking around with swords and shields and attacking and defending? If you really had that infinite power that you claim to know, then what are we fighting for? What are we trying to prove? If we really had tasted of the divine that so many people think in their minds they've tasted, well, I know you haven't if you're still fighting and complaining and comparing yourself to everyone else around you. I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you the truth. At a certain point, which I believe we are at now in collective humanity, we must set down the falseness so that we can be real. And I believe that we can do that now. But unfortunately, it's not my beliefs that are going to change life. It's not my faith that's going to change life, it's the truth. And that's what we're doing here today in this conversation. Who among you is willing to make this pledge with me? Are you willing to pledge to be real? Whatever that means to you. And what does that mean to you, by the way? To everyone out there, and can we please not attack each other in the comments also? And it's sad that I have to say that. If you want to attack me or the things I'm saying in this video, please do. That's okay. I do not delete or hide anybody's comments. I don't. You can say whatever you want, freedom of speech, but please do not attack one another. This must be a safe place for all of us to be able to be who we are. Who pledges this with me? Who pledges? Thank you, my friends. Much love to you. If you felt something resonant in this and you feel a call like, hey, maybe this video is a good one to share with a friend, with a family member, post on my social media because you recognize there's something true in here. And that's what we need collectively. We're hungry for truth, right? We've already acknowledged this together. If you felt the presence of that truth in this video, thanks for feeling that call and sharing it, because we are all in this together. It's going to take all of us as a team to bring truth into life. It's a team effort. So thank you. Much love to you. I look forward to seeing all of you in the next Vibes and Frequencies video. And of course, as I've been mentioning to you guys lately, thank you. Huge shout out to my YouTube channel members and the patrons on Patreon. These two groups of people are the ones who are supporting everything that's going on here on this channel lately. And the support is so appreciated. It puts food in my belly. It feeds my dogs. It helps me to pay my car payment so I can keep going out to the library from the nature I live in and post these videos. And I really appreciate it. And you also get behind the scenes vlogs, exclusive content, and patrons on Patreon also get monthly live streams with real-time personal interaction between us. So, thank you, all of you. Much love. And as I said, see you in the next video. Those links are below, by the way, in the description. See you soon.